Hi everybody, my name is Kareen. Welcome to my channel. Again, this is going to be a 10-minute video. The timer is set, and once that timer runs out, whatever I've said is going to be what's going to stay in the video, and I will not be editing this. This is again because I suck at editing, and I will never post if I allow myself to get trapped in the editing cycle. So, without further ado, the topic of today's discussion is trans exclusion or transphobia. I do have notes again. Like always, this seems a lot longer than my last video's notes, but it's because I had to like take my own thoughts and draw them out instead of just using bullet points. And so these are, I don't think I have enough to say for 10 minutes of video, but we'll see because I have run out of time for both previous videos. So the reason why I'm making this video is actually because a content creator that I quite like made a video about this British woman influencer who decided to create an all-female gym just for the safety of women when they go to the gym and everything like that. And I've seen this on Twitter and different places in social media. And then the creator who's making the gym said that she didn't want transgender women to be coming to the gym. And a lot of people were talking about it on social media, including this content creator that I like. We don't always agree on a lot of the things that she talks about, but she thinks in a way that I don't think. And so I like to watch her content because she helps me like re-examine and reassess my own thoughts and my own ideas. And this was like a full hour long video that she made, and I only got like 7 or 8 minutes into it because I knew just the flavor was giving transphobia, the flavor was giving trans exclusion. She was very much in agreement with this influencer who was creating the gym about excluding trans women. And this is like an interesting topic to me that I feel like, okay, I'm going to make a video about this because transgenderism is like a subject matter that I myself am still struggling with my own understanding of it and where I fall on that spectrum. I lean more towards acceptance than exclusion or transphobia, simply because as a woman, as somebody who loves being a woman, my very first inclination when I heard about transgenderism was to kind of be flattered that a man, somebody who was born a man, felt that they would want to become a woman, because women face a lot of issues in the world, and transgender women face a lot of additional issues just because of transphobia and bigotry and stuff. So the fact that a man would make this decision because they feel so much more inclined towards being a woman, and they would face all that hatred and just exclusion and bigotry and struggle because they felt so much more comfortable being a woman, that I don't know, I felt like that was flattering for my gender and stuff. And the other aspect of it is that there are transgender men, and I never really hear the discussion being as heavy towards transgender men as it is about transgender women. And I think again, it's deeply rooted in misogyny. Everything is deeply rooted in misogyny, and that's why I want to make this video. It's partially for me to kind of draw out my own thoughts, because I know where I stand, but saying it and discussing it will help me kind of have a better idea of exactly how I feel. So the reason why I think it's rooted in misogyny is that it feels like everybody just accepts that well, maybe that not everybody, but a lot of people seem to be perfectly comfortable with the idea of a woman choosing to become a man. That seems to make sense to them. Like, oh, it's like that, like, just because we live in such a misogynistic and patriarchal society, the idea of like a woman wanting to become a man just makes sense. Like, oh, it's so much better to be a man, men are better, and everything like that. That's not how I think, obviously. I think women are the bomb. Like, I love being a woman and I love women. And so it doesn't make sense to me. But like, I'm very accepting of somebody who feels like they are more biologically they were born a woman, but they feel more inclined and more comfortable with being a man. I'm fine with that. And the opposite is also true for a man who was born biologically male, feels more comfortable becoming a woman. Like, that makes sense to me as well. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to a lot of people because like there's a lot of things blocking your own thought processes, including things like religion, culture, societal norms and acceptances and stuff like that. And like that, those are huge hurdles for a lot of people to get over. And so that is like kind of where I understand what the issue is and stuff, and I understand why this is an issue. I just don't fully know. I understand also why people take time to struggle with it, because it has taken me time to struggle with it as well and stuff. Never with any ideas of like it shouldn't happen. But yeah. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to discuss is that like I said in the beginning, is that my inclination is towards acceptance, but I am like at times hesitant, and I always wonder like where's the hesitancy is coming from. It's interesting because like I never really thought about transgenderism or really went deep in my thought processes about transgenderism. And my initial like interactions with it was just like, oh, okay, wow, they want to be a girl, great, that's awesome. Or they want to be a boy, that's cool too. And the funny thing, it wasn't until J.K. Rowling, who is the author of Harry Potter, started discussing it, that I started to have to think about it more. The reason is because I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I deeply love Harry Potter, like such a huge Harry Potter fan. And because she wrote the Harry Potter books and stuff like that, I originally gave her like thoughts and opinions a lot of credence. And when she started discussing this, and she discusses it in a negative connotation, she does not have a lot of goodwill to say towards transgendered women. I don't actually know how she feels about transgender men, because she doesn't, that doesn't seem to be a discussion that seems to be had often. But transgendered women seems to be more like the bread and butter of her attacks. And so that, like, I had to stop and being like, hey, this person who I respect because of this work that they created is saying things that I don't actually agree with, but I actually never have taken the time to like really consider and like dig deep into my own thought processes about it. And so that was something that kind of like opened the door to me learning more about transgenderism and learning more about like my feelings towards it. And I know that I'm making it super like about me, and it's not about me, because like a transgender individual choosing to become trans is like one of the most difficult decisions that person can make, because they are like, it's like, in order to be themselves, in order to feel fully themselves, they have to take on like so much possible hate, so much possible distrust and mistreatment and like up to death, because people kill transgendered individuals all the time. They are such a small percentage of our population. And I think in the United States, transgendered individuals make less than 0.6% of the population, but they have become a huge topic of discussion that is overwhelmingly like beyond the size of the percentage of the population they make, which to me does not seem to make sense. And it seems that I had more to say than I originally thought. I took the full 10 minutes, but my time is up. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.